So sit up with your favorite cross. And sit up on enough height. I might come out of this pose and look at you in a moment, but sit up on enough height, and you guys know this, but enough height so that your hips are not higher than your knees. And I told the class last night, you're going to be there for a bit, so I want you to be comfortable. So if being comfortable means, for me, this dangling, this one, the knee hits the foot, but this one it doesn't. So I'm going to put some extra support there. Even if, you know, sitting here for, let's say, 10 minutes, I don't even want it to be a subtle struggle. You know, I want it to be really, really comfortable for yourself. So lean forward, move the buttock flesh away and out to the side. And can you feel the evenness of your two sitting bones? Take your hands back and feel those collarbones spread. Draw the outer shoulder blades inward. That's on your back body, right? Draw them in and then further feel those collarbones spreading. Move the dorsal spine in and lift the sternum up. Now, can you keep that and bring your hands to your heart? Okay, another subtle action is to feel as though you're turning, without moving your hands, 1 iota, turning your biceps out. And what slightly happens to me when I do that is the elbows go down just a bit, the upper arm goes down just a little bit, and I get taller, longer. Create a sense of lightness in your trunk. Can you feel that your skull is balanced over the center of your tailbone? If your head is tilted forward or backward, I'm going to come close to the screen and look. You can still have your eyes open and just look straight ahead. Karen, you're a little tilted to your right with your head, just a tad bit. Yeah. You know, we have tendencies and we want to, some are good, some are not so good. They create samskaras. We want to create good samskaras. And that is that you all, when you can sit up straight, you can always feel that the center of your skull is over the center of the spine. If you're tilted forward or backwards or leaning more towards one side, it is literally impossible to relax your neck and throat. So now, if you feel that evenness and that steadiness, give a good but natural swallow and relax your throat. Okay, now you've found that balance, you've relaxed your neck and throat. Now the muscles at the base of the skull, relax them and let them spread away from the center, the base of your skull. Relax inside your ears. And now we'll go to the eyes. So see that you're looking just a little bit beyond eye level. And then let the eyelids come down. Close your eyes. Relax your eyes. The energy of the eyes, let it dissipate. And it's going a little bit backward toward the back of the brain, that energy. So that when that happens, the brain begins to become quiet. Come to a passive yet receptive state. Relax your breath, soft, slow inhalation, slow, gentle exhalation. And let the quieting of your breath take your attention from the outside to the inside. Keep telling yourself that. The quieting of your breath takes your attention from the outside, this world around you, your life, what you have to do with society, the world, toward the inside. Be aware of yourself within your inner body. You might call it your own inner space. And we'll do our owns together, or you may choose to do them silently, whatever is your pleasure there. Taking note to keep your attention inside. Exhalation, bow your heads, release your hands, and slowly lift the head up and open your eyes. Okay. Change the cross of your legs and have just one brick will do nearby. Just you can you can lower your height to a more minimal base, or if you can sit somewhat nicely on the floor, sit on the floor. But you can stay where you were if that's convenient. The only thing is, if you stay up on some height, when we do this twist thing, you may need extra support on top of your block. So just have another blanket nearby. So put your block just to outside the right knee, like that. Turn to the right. So the right hand goes behind you, your left hand goes on the right knee. And now you see that trajectory of your trunk. Now you're going forward, kind of a Parshva Swastikasana, placing your left forearm on the brick and then your right on top, and then head down. This is for the outer hip region. Yeah, and the brick can be taller, it can have a block on top of it. Keep that attention inside the body. Where do you need to let go more? It might be the groins, it might be the outer hip. There's no gripping anywhere. Even, the abdomen, keep it soft and sort of back inside. Should not pooch forward. Okay, inhale and come up. Put your block on the other knee. Turn. Have a good turn, and not just from the outside. The twists are sort of like, I always use the image of wringing out a very damp towel. So that's what you're doing to those internal organs. Turn, and now you see that trajectory of the right side of your ribs. Don't let the right side of your ribs go towards the right, but keep them in that line. Across the left, right forearm, and then left on top. Abdomen soft, all those things. Inhale and come up. Just remove, well, you might need it. Just keep it nearby. Stretch the legs out in front of you for just decompressing the knees. I'm not even going to call it Dandasana, though you are a little bit in the Dandasana shape. Just press those thighs down. The hamstring lengthens towards its own buttock flesh. And you're just opening up the back of the knee, because now it's Virasana, upright Virasana. So you take what you need in for your Virasana pose. You can sit between your feet, you're sitting between your feet. Otherwise, you're taking support, a blanket, a brick. Reach forward and grab that bottom of the knee skin towards the top of the knee skin. And then just reach the hands forward, abdomen and ribs back. That shouldn't go forward, that shortens the lumbars. Just look straight ahead. See that the little toe side of your foot is down. We worked on this in the classes I'm subbing for Dustin this week, and boy, it's hard for some people to get their little toe side of the foot down. So little toe side of the foot down, outer ankles in. If it helps you, you can use the heel of your hand and spread the sole of the foot. Can you see how I'm doing that? Just pressing, and I'm spreading the sole of the foot to get that little toe side of the foot down. Okay. Parvatasana in Virasana, we're going to do it with the bent elbow approach. So your favorite crossing, back of the hand on top of the, near the back of the crown of the head, elbows back, ribs back, buttocks down, and go up. Lift your trunk up, up, up. Your base is staying down. That's your thigh bones, your shin bones. And you're lifting the trunk up off that weight. Make yourself lighter there. Trunk is light, buttocks are heavy, buttocks down. In fact, the buttock flesh should feel, if you don't feel that, go back there and spread that buttock flesh. And arms back without the ribs coming forward. Open up the armpit chest, right there. Lengthen the armpit chest. Okay, good. And then put the hands back top on the head. Change the interlock. Back of the hands on top of the head. Shoulder blades down the back. Dorsal spine in and go up. Ideally, if I could see you from the side, I might do some corrections, but straighten your elbows, descend the buttocks, and lift the trunk up. Arms back, any amount. Armpit chest lifting. Bottom of the armpit chest towards the elbows. All right, and then release. And so if you were in your Virasana, you know, I'll just be real technical about this. The Iyengar way of coming up from Virasana, you know it? Yeah, so you come forward, you cross, and Dandasana. or you can come up however you want. All right, now you're standing up in Tadasana. Let's see, I'm gonna go sideways. I'm probably gonna have to raise this camera up just a bit. Minor disturbances there. So join your feet. Tadasana. Inner edges of the soles of the feet down. So a bit like your Virasana. All the toes should press down. So you have to really be, when an Iyengar yoga teacher says the sole of the foot, we mean this part of the foot. This is the sole. This is the other part of the foot. This is the heel. So I'm telling you to be very mindful of the sole of your foot. Press the sole of the foot and spread the sole of the foot from the inside to the outsides. Take your thighs back. Stretch your arms down. Roll the shoulders back. All those things that you know to be true of your Tadasana pose. Lift your chest. All right, now I'm going to try to just relax. I'm going to try to show you something that I worked on with a most senior teacher recently. So we always say thighs back and tailbone forward, right? So that might be thighs back, tailbone forward. So can you see, I hope, let me pull this down, maybe you can see it in the gray better, that I still have some way to go to make the front of the pubis level to the back of the pubis. I'm still a little bit like this, I'm exaggerating. So here, now I don't want you to be aware of your tailbone so much as I want you to be aware of your pubis standing up taller. So forget the tailbone and just lift from the bottom of the pubic plate up to your navel. Your tailbone will come in naturally. Do you feel the difference? Yeah, you get a lot more length. If you focus on the pubis lifting up to the navel, yeah, you get a lot more length there. It's actually, you know, an easier Tadasana. Just lift the pubic plate up, and then this works. The thighs go back still. The pubic plate lifts nicely. Okay, now take your feet apart. So now we'll go into Uttanasana, concave first. Urdhva Hasta, reach the trunk up, press the feet down, still that pubic plate is lifting up. And now you're coming forward. If you can't have your fingertips on the floor in a cup-like fashion, you need bricks. Then, put your hands on your hips now, and now come forward, concave Uttanasana. Okay, so for those, I'll just say this right off because it's probably not the norm, but for those more flexible, you have to pull your tailbone, that might be for you, Karen, to pull your tailbone towards the floor. Press those feet, activate, the knees have to be very, very tight, and lengthen, your head looks up, chin forward, concave Uttanasana. Lots of length. When that head goes up, lots of length comes in the side body, the armpit, chest. Pull the shoulders down. So I'm kind of clawing my mat and I'm pulling the shoulders back as my trunk goes forward. Okay, then you're bringing the hands back to the hips and inhaling and standing up. So we'll take this into Paragulpasana. Okay, don't ask me what it means. I think it has something to do with the ankles. But we'll go from this concave Uttanasana to regular Uttanasana and then to Paragulpasana. And I'll show, well, we can do it together. Oh, we are. Tadasana with the feet hip distance. And be mindful of what that hip distance is for yourself. Most people actually go too narrow. So you look at that widest part of your hips and you see that your heels are lined up to that part. Okay, bring your hands to your waist, shoulders back, the bottom of the pubis lifts up to the navel. Grow longer there. Exhale, bend forward, concave uttanasana, and then place the hands by the feet. Bend the elbows out to the side and let your trunk go down. Press the feet, pull up the hamstring to the buttock flesh. Hamstring up, 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 up. From the bottom of the knee, that calf has to press down to the heel. Okay, anybody with, torn hamstring, a serious problem in the hamstring, you just stay there. Those of you who want to try this, take your hands away from the floor and hold the backs of your ankles. The fingers wrap around to the inside of the ankle, the thumb is on the outside of the heel. Okay, now I'm bending my elbows, pulling my trunk through my legs. My head actually comes through my legs. Pull yourself down. Or you can just do regular uttanasana, whatever works. Yeah. Bend the elbows and pull. So your head comes between your legs. Is that difficult? This is Padaguttasana. All right, and now inhale and come up. Stand at the back of your mat and take your first Adho Mukha Svanasana. So when I first take my first Adho Mukha Svanasana, I will go to my knees, stretch my hands forward, and I think you can see this. Yeah, you see how I'm up on, this is the root of my palm, where my fingers meet my metacarpals, right there, and I'm up. So my palm is up, and now I feel that pressure on the root of the palm. Now I put the rest of my palm down and I keep pushing. And then I'm up in my first Adho Mukha Svanasana. Keep pushing. So everything from that wrist goes up, upper arms go up, shoulders go up. Push the floor and move the shoulders up, move the back ribs up, lift the hips. You can stay up on your toes as that might help you, but do press the very tops of your thighs back. Nice. Your head can just, don't hold your head up. Just let it go down. Watch the carrying angle, Karin. So resist with your your forearms, resist. All right, and now inhale and walk the hands back, repeat Uttanasana. Just hands by the feet and trunk down. Inhale and stand up. All right, we're going to do just Adho Mukha Vrikshasana. I don't want you to work too terribly hard, but I'm going to show you something that I worked on with a senior teacher this past weekend. And I must say, I was quite excited because I showed it to the class I subbed yesterday for Dustin, and I got everybody up. Everybody. So it's Adho Mukha Vrikshasana, but I want you to see how it's done. So you're facing away from your wall. Your toes are 1/64 of an inch away from the wall. So I put my feet flat, and here's my toes touching the wall. So I just go just a scotch away from the wall, and I sit back. Then I take my trunk forward, and I reach my arms all the way out. Okay. I press the root of the palm down. I come up. I place my feet on the wall. So do you see that my arms are not perpendicular on purpose? You can have your feet apart or together, that doesn't matter, but I want the whole inner and outer heels to press evenly into the wall. Lift the abdomen up and pull the tailbone towards the wall. Okay, so everybody can try that, and if you do regular Adho Mukha Vrikshasana, you can just go up as you normally do. Don't do this too vigorously, Karan. If anybody's not inverting, you can do Prasarita Padottanasana. So it's actually quite hard, and you've seen many an Iyengar teacher probably do the perpendicular arms, the complete L shape. That's really quite hard and difficult when you're learning the pose. So this gives you a little bit of leverage. Don't pull your head. Let your head go down. If anything, you're looking, away from the wall in front of you. Shoulder blades deeper into your back. You can try it both ways, Karan, and just see what feels better. You have to press the heels evenly. Okay, come down. Okay, if you go up as regular, go up just your favorite leg. If you don't, you can repeat that, or you can, we're gonna just do 2-minute Shirshasana. A 2-minute Shirshasana, and if you have your device, Marsha, you can get that out, and you can go up in Shirshasana with your headstand device. Move your forearms, Karan, closer to the wall. Forearms. This is good though. You don't have to move. Yeah. Push the floor and go up. Tailbone in, pubis up. Yeah, it's not a challenge class today. I just wanted you to go up one time just to get the body a little warmer. And now we'll do our Shirshasana. Those of you who know it, you just go up. If you want to just do the prep with me, you can just do the prep. Interlace the palms, webbing to webbing. Elbows just a little bit outside your shoulders. Place the hands and then place the head. Pull the middle knuckle from the third finger to the thumb towards your head. And now lift up, walk up, and either 1 by 1, 2 by 2, go up. Keep pulling from the middle finger towards the thumb. Pull all that towards your head. And kind of scoot the little finger out away from you. Press the forearms. Lift your shoulders. Beginners, I'm going to come down to C, but beginners have to work a little bit more in the shoulders. Eventually that alignment, strength, stability comes, and you don't have to work very hard in the shoulders. Roll the thighs in. Join the big toes, and actually the outer foot, you know, where your little toe side is, should slightly pull down towards the floor just a bit. Marissa. Buttocks up, Marissa. Buttocks up. It's okay. Your heels can stay on the wall, but lift those buttocks up. Be there one more minute. Thirty more seconds. Yeah, come down if you need to come down. Just be in Adho Mukha Virasana if you're down. Still, Karin, you look like you're listing towards your right side, and that might be the effect of the hip stuff. Like you're going a little bit off towards the right. So if you emphasize going a little bit more off to the left, maybe you'll come to the center. Yes, there you go. Better. Okay, sorry, go ahead and come down now in control, one leg, two legs. Rest in Adho Mukha Virasana. Have, if you've already rested in Adho Mukha Virasana, you need one brick and one strap. If you normally sit on a little bit of height for Paschimottanasana, sit on that height. If you don't normally sit on anything, sit on the floor in Dandasana. Be ready with the brick in front of your feet, the long, tall way. And a long strap. That's what I mean by that. And a long unlooped strap. Thinking might be better to see me on the orange mat as opposed to the gray. I don't blend in so much. Okay, here we go. So this is lined up to your feet, right? Do yourself a favor and pull from the top of your knee, the back of the top of your knee, pull that flesh hamstring back to the buttocks. And then from the bottom of the knee, that extends to the heels, calf to heel. All right. This is just basically Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana. So take your strap around your brick. Figure out what's best for your hands and wrists, Marsha and anybody else who has wrist problems. But you want to get a pretty good grip on that belt. So I'm going to wrap mine a few times around, and there I am. So I am pushing into the brick like crazy, and I'm pulling the strap to lift my spine up, my tailbone, my sacrum, more so, you know, the sacrum, it goes into the body without the abdomen falling down. So I have to lift the abdomen up, sacrum in, and it's Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana. Go up, go up. I'm not interested in going forward, go up. You can, well, this is the first one, so don't do that yet. So you just going up, shoulders down. Push your feet strongly into the brick. Fill out the floor, especially, you know, if Mike had come today, I'd really be on him about filling the floor out with his hamstrings. The hamstring broadens from inside to outside. Yeah, you can use 2 bricks if that. I really like the firmness of a wood brick to push into. It's just a lot better. Okay, so now you know you felt that gave you some leverage, right? So now you don't need that unless you want to keep that, and that was good for you. So we'll repeat with the hands at the top of the toes. Pull that back. Dandasana. I reach the arms up and I take the fingers to the toe tips. Now I'm imagining that the brick is still there. I'm pushing, I'm pulling with my arms and my hands and my shoulders, and I'm still lifting the trunk up. Sacrum in, sacrum in. Make space in the back body, make space in the front body. Shoulders down, pull, 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 pull. Stage 2. We're going to go to the final pose. So this is the donkey work that will allow you to get to a beautiful Paschimottanasana. This is the work that must be done. Full extension. Sacrum in. Thighs down. Just look up. Good for neck. Really good for the neck. Okay, relax and just watch me. Or if you know what you're doing, you can follow along. So I repeat, and I grab my big toes, and I do everything I've previously done. Sacrum in, front of the trunk, up, up, up. And now I'm going to change to the sides of my feet, bend my elbows, lie the trunk down, and head down. The work that you've done previously should take your head down. Or you are welcome to stay in the Urdhva Mukha version. Did you go to the toe tips first? Toe tips first, and you got sacrum in, maximum extension upward, and then pull yourself forward, and then bend the elbows out to the side. Keep pulling yourself, you know, it's like you're draping. You're draping the back body over the legs. Yeah, and you can take head support as you need to. Elbows should be bent, and you could still use your strap, Marissa. If you are, that's fine. You could still use your strap, and you can bend the elbows out to the side. I wanted you to see if you still needed your strap, basically. So now soak up with those hands really on the outside edges of the middle of your feet. Yeah. And now bend the elbows out to the side and pull. Elbows out to the side. Yeah, watch the shoulders. The shoulders don't come towards the base of the skull. Shoulder blades down. Paschimottanasana. All right, and now inhale and come up. All right, now I'm going to turn and face you. Sit in Dandasana. It'd be nice if you could have the same facing me like this. I'll go forward. No? There, you can see all of me. All right, you're going to do the left leg first. Let's be unusual. Let's be different today. So you bring your left leg up. I'm actually kind of getting my calf muscle out of the way and bringing the left leg all the way in. Okay. Now, you're just going to take that leg out to the side. Your hands can help you turn your shin so that that same foot is at the same groin and you're ready for Janu Shirshasana. Put your left hand outside your left knee. So a few things. The outer thigh on this bent knee pulls back to the hip socket. The buttock releases. Now, can you take, with this hand that's on your left knee, can you take the knee back without moving your buttock bone? Knee back, but the buttock bone on the left stays in the same place. And now turn towards that straight leg. Don't let the buttock bone move. So ideally, if you look at Light on Yoga, his knee is, behind his hip. But ideally, we'd like just to have a right angle here. Can you get the knee in line to your hip? Push that knee back, pull the outer thigh back to the hip socket, and turn your trunk to face the straight leg. Okay, release, come out. Dandasana. Bend up the right knee. Bring it in. Don't let, in this stage, don't let the buttock bone go back. Kind of scoot the buttock bone slightly forward and be upright. Okay, and now you take the leg out to the side. Use your hand to turn that shin, that ankle, and that foot. Right hand on the inner right knee. Push it back, pull the thigh back, turn the trunk. Okay, come up. Dandasana. Left side again. Bring the knee up. Feel that buttock bone, it's in its place, right? Okay, and then knee out to the side. Turn the shin as much as possible. Take that knee back. So this hand is actually helping you extend from groin to knee on the inner leg, outside knee, outer knee back to the hip socket. Okay, now reach up so the hand is going to stay on the bent knee and just reach up the right arm. Can you feel? So it's difficult, right? You have to keep pulling up the pelvis, the lower side of the pelvis while this knee stays down. Okay, now you have both arms, and now you're going to your toe tips. Okay, so the left side of the abdomen, on the outside of your navel area, from the left side of the abdomen, pull that forward. Okay, so now you remember you're at your toe tips, and now you can go to the side of the foot, bend the elbows out to the side, and head down. There's a bit of surrender here. Surrender to the leg. You can use the hand on the floor to help you turn, extend that right side. Head down. So going back to your sacrum, remember that in Paschimottanasana, here the sacrum comes forward as well. Sacrum into the body, And you're draping once again. All right. Inhale and come back up. Bring that leg back to Dandasana. And bring the right leg up. And then out to the side. Reach under. And out. So first the hand is there, and don't let the buttock bone move. So the buttock bone stays as if the pelvis is still in Dandasana, basically. Keeping that sitting bone where it is. Take that knee back, left hand or right hand on the right thigh, turn. Okay, now reach the left arm up. So this hand's helping that one stay down. Reach up. Now both, and now come forward. So I saw some of you, this is absolutely fine. So the straight leg hand on the floor can help you turn. Don't let this knee come forward. Keep that knee back and down. Turn, roll the trunk from the right side to the left side. Grab the toe tips, maximum extension. Sacrum in. Push that right knee away as you come forward. Bend the elbows out to the side. Don't let your shoulder blades come towards the neck. Keep them down and back away from the neck. And then that whole, now it's your right side of your abdomen. It should be long, long, and fully extended. And inhale. And come on. Sit back in Dandasana. Okay, now for some fun. The most neglected forward bend out there. So I've got these pune blankets. They're a little narrower and easier to fold. So I'm going to take it this, it's folded like the Sarvangasana way, and then I'm going to roll it like that. Roll, 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 roll. So I've got a nice long roll like that. Okay, so the pose is Triangamukha, Ekapada Paschimottanasana. We'll bend the left leg out to the side first. So you bring the left leg back, and that, know where that buttock bone is, pull it forward, so you're even on your pelvis there. And then I hold at the top of the ankle and just bring that foot back into Virasana. Now I feel like I'm listing, right? But I don't need a lot of help. I need a little bit of help. So where you put this roll is depending on how much height you need, but it's slightly angled. So I'm just going to put a little bit of it underneath that back of the thigh, spreading the back of the thigh. And then there I feel nice and even. Okay, Virasana foot. Spread the little toe. Put it down on the floor. Your knees should be fairly close together. Sacrum into the body. Okay, so you should feel even on your, on your two sits bones. Inhale, raise the arms up, lengthen, and now go to your toe tips. And shoulders down, pull and lift Urdhva Mukha, Triangamukha, Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Lift, look up. So if all that's going well, and you have kept the buttocks level, the hips level, you change to the sole of the foot, and bend the elbows out to the side. Pull your sacrum forward, your back ribs forward, and head down. the inner right groin. If it feels stiff, go in there with your hands. Mine does. So I'm going to go in there with my hands and roll the back of the thigh from inside out. That should spread. And actually, that's much better now. Try to release your weight evenly onto both thighs. Don't allow yourself to list. Boy, everybody looks pretty darn even. Do you like the roll? Did it work okay? Yeah, I quite like it. Do come forward, Sopo. You look like you're stuck a little bit. Forward, pull, pull, pull. Brain quiet, head supported. Okay. You kneel and come up, Dandasana, move your roll to the other side. Your right leg is in Virasana. And then you see, okay, now so that I don't feel like I hardly need this on this side. So you take what you need, right? You might just need a little bit of support. Sit evenly. Right away, I know probably that my straight leg groin is going to feel stuck. So I'm going to help it. Go in there and roll that back of the thigh out. Inhale, raise the arms up, Urdhva Hasta. Take the toe tips and sacrum in, just right with the hands on your toe tips. You have to have your mind totally on your sacrum. Move the sacrum into the body. Abdomen soft. Abdomen, actually your abdomen's not doing much of anything. Stays kind of back and soft. But the sacrum moves in, and if all that's going well, hands to the sole of the foot, elbows out to the side, pull yourself forward. You can keep looking forward as long as it takes so that those shoulder blades go down. So Sopo, here's what I'm seeing with your first side. You're doing okay here, and then I see this, and there's this big hump there. I'd rather you stay here and not let that hump come. Don't let that hump come. Feels wonderful when you have those correct actions. Make sure the back of the thigh is spreading on that straight leg. Most neglected of the forward bends is Triangamukha. It teaches us, to remain even across the pelvis, though, the legs are different. All righty then. Inhale and come up. Now, for Marichasana 1, I know I do better on one side than I do it on the other, but I'm just going to take that little roll and roll it and make a trifold of a support. So I've just kind of done a diaper fold, if you will, and I'll put both buttocks on that support. So we did the left leg first. So your left leg comes up as close to the blanket or your buttock flesh as possible. Pull your left sitting bone forward. And sit up nice and straight. So start to turn, so you'll reach up with the same arm as your bent knee, so that's your left. You're turning, and you're getting the arm on the inside of the bent knee. I should have told you to have a strap. Have a strap nearby. So now begin to put the hand near, just below your knee, and take your right hand back on the blanket right here. You see, I've got the hand back behind it's your left buttock. Your hand goes behind your left buttock and you turn. Push your upper arm into that knee, push the knee against the upper arm and turn. So there's a twist involved in Vrichyasana 1, and then there's a forward bend quotient. So I'm just doing the twist first. Turn and don't let the sitting bone of your bent knee go backwards. Pull it forwards so the pelvis stays even. Are you getting that? Yeah. Turn, turn, turn. Open your chest, head back. Open your chest. Roll that back shoulder back. Push the knee into the arm. All right, and then release. We'll do this twice through. Dandasana. Bend up your right leg. So from here, pull your bent knee, buttock bone, sitting bone slightly forward. You want us to go back. Okay, now reach up with that same arm and turn. Keep the straight leg even. Press it down, be on the center of that heel, and your toes of your straight leg point up to the ceiling. Reach around with your left hand, grab the blanket or sticky mat, whatever you can. Now begin to bring the bent leg hand on the outside of the calf and turn. Shoulders back, head up, and turn. Can you see, let's see, go this way. Here, and I'm turning. So you're pushing the knee against the upper arm, arm against the knee. All right, and release. Dandasana. And now left leg forward again. Move the left sitting bone slightly forward, sacrum in. Reach the left arm up and turn. Now this time, go forward as if to try to bring, I'm not, this way, to try to bring some of the left side of your trunk through, even if you can get some of your waist through the leg. Keep the right hand on the floor and come through. Okay, those of you who can, internally rotate the bent knee arm and wrap. Other hand comes around and holds the wrist. So the left hand holds the right wrist. Inhale and come up. Push the inner edge of your foot down, the bent knee foot, and roll back. Roll that shoulder back, pull. Stand as upright as you can, sit as upright as you can. All right, and now the forward bend part. Inhale on an exhalation, come forward and head down. Pull your arms with your arms back, trunk forward. Your arms are going back, your trunk is going forward. Vrichyasana 1 as a forward bend. How are we doing? Take head support. And you're just doing the twist part, or is that good? The arms are very important here. And you can always have a strap, right? If you can't bind, always have a strap. All right, inhale, come up. Sit back in Dandasana. That was your left leg bent first. Show you with the strap. Left leg. So now it's your right leg. My left. Move the sitting bone forward. Pull your trunk up. So here your hands are just here and you're just lifting up. And then reach up and turn. Get as much of your trunk forward. So come forward. Reach the right side of your waist forward even. Left hand on the floor to help you pull forward. And then internally rotate, palm up. It reaches around to its buttock. And then that bent knee hand grabs the left wrist. Inhale, come up and roll that shoulder back. Stay pressing down with the inner edge of your bent knee foot. Turn, roll that shoulder back. Inhale, then on an exhalation, keep moving that bent knee buttock bone forward. Don't let it go back. And then head down, pull your arms back. Take your trunk down. With that hold, you keep pulling that bent knee shin back and the trunk goes forward. Probably number 2 most neglected forward extension, Vrikshasana 1. And it's fabulous pose because you get a twist and a forward extension. Okay, inhale, come up in the twist. And then release. Dandasana.
I've got a question, Sheryl. When you're
Yep.
going, after you've done the twist and you've come up as much as you can, then when you're going forward, are the 2 shoulders the same? Because I feel like I'm like one shoulder in front, one shoulder back.
Let's look. They're trying to be the same. I know that, but let's see what the picture looks like. Okay, there's Janu. Now, unfortunately, we do not get that view of it. You know, they look pretty even.
Yeah, there's work to be.
So, you know, you have to pull. That's why the free side of the abdomen, that's why it's so important to extend that forward. That's what I got from John Schumacher this past weekend that I don't think any other teacher has ever expressed to me, is how much that free side has to come forward. And then the shoulders are even, but I don't know if you can see, but you know, you can't really see, but I would say, because we can't see the back shoulder, it looks pretty even. Yeah, here it's not, right? And then here they come even again. Yeah, did I answer your question, sort of? It's a work in progress.
Yes.
It's work in progress. Okay, so now you're gonna sit in Upavishta Konasana, and hopefully you have 2 straps and a bolster. Upavishta Konasana, 2 straps and a bolster. And make a loop in both of your straps and have the loop all the way out. It's my new favorite way to do Parshva Upavishta Konasana. Okay. Good, let's see, no, don't do anything with your bolster yet, just take the legs out. Lean forward and spread that back of the thigh, buttock flesh from inside to outside. Have a good look at your, a good honest look at your legs. Are they even? Is the hamstring coming back to its own buttock flesh? From the bottom of the knee, is the calf extending to the heel, the Achilles extending to the heel, and toes up, heels on its center. If I have a little magic marker and I put a dot on the center of your heel, that's where you would be resting. Okay, so the straps go like this. Underneath the crease between the thigh and the pelvis. This is my outside strap. So I'm taking the outside of it, the strap, coming to the inside of the strap and forming a circle there. And then I'm gonna pull that out. I'm gonna take my hands like this in a fist and pull that hip down. So do it on the other side. We'll go to the left first, I guess. So outside to inside. So, a couple things that the straps are helping you with. That is to keep the outer buttocks down, and also to have you have the idea that this outer thigh muscle, skin, fascia is pulling back to the hip sockets. And the hips, the third thing is the hip sockets are gripped inward. Lois Steinberg uses the word gripped all the time, and she says she gets some feedback because of it, but there's really no better word. So it's a gripping, a firming, a pulling back inside from the thigh back to the hip socket. Okay, now put your bolster across your left shin. Take your left hand behind you and grab the strap on your right leg. Can you see that? Okay, now pull it down. Make a fist and pull it down to the floor. Now reach your right arm up, right arm, and turn towards the left. Now exhale and grab the inner foot. Turn the trunk. You can even bend that back elbow. I don't know if you can see me. See, I'm bending it and turning the trunk more. I keep pulling that outer thigh back to the floor. Keep that hip gripped inside. Then I say, okay, now I have to create a good samskara here. A good impression of that thigh staying gripped in and pulled down to the floor. I let go of that, grab the other outer foot, turn the trunk as much as possible from right to left, elbows bend, head down. You can even rest your elbows. Feel the back of the left thigh spreading from its center out to the sides. Keeping that right outer hip back, turn the pelvis to the left. Is that all making sense? Nice. Yeah. You can have that bolster higher, you can put blankets on top of it, whatever, as long as the head and the elbows can rest. Okay, inhale and come up, change your bolster, switch your bolster. Grab your two straps and pull down, making kind of fists. Stretch the inner legs away from you, pull the outer thigh back to the hip socket, lift up. Sacrum, I didn't say it on the first slide, but the sacrum shouldn't feel like it's falling back. If it does, you sit up on height. You have to be able to move the sacrum in. Okay, now you're reaching around with your right hand, you're grabbing the left strap. First, you might just turn. I didn't do this on the first side, I forgot. You might just turn and put the hand not at the middle, but closer to the right leg. And you're turning as much as possible. Now, can you put the hand on the outside of the right side? Turn. You're remaining upright, right? You haven't gone over the leg yet. So get as much extension, right side, left side, front of the trunk, sacrum in. Pull that strap back behind you. Pull it down towards the floor. And now reach. Left hand to the inner foot. The samskara you've created with that strap is gonna stay there. Reach around to the outer foot. Turn the trunk. If that's not, this is my more difficult side. So I'm gonna keep my hand on the floor and turn my trunk a little bit more. With the help of that hand, I turn the trunk from your left side to your right side. And then both hands, head down. Don't take the left leg with you. Keep the left leg facing the center of the, facing the ceiling equally. It wants to roll in, don't let it. Do this from the firmness of your legs, not your feet. I had somebody getting foot cramps yesterday. Don't get a foot cramp. Work less with your feet and more from the legs. Okay. I could stay here a very long time. Inhale and come up, come back to the center. Put your roll there all the way up into the pelvis. Have a good memory there with that, with those straps. You can pull them down. Reach the inner thighs away from you. Outer thighs back into the hip sockets. Reach the arm. Now let go of your straps. Reach the arms forward. The abdomen pulls back and forward. You can, if you're struggling to breathe, you can do a few breaths with your head on one side and then a few breaths head on the other side. Otherwise, you can have your forehead down. Your choice there. If you want a more restorative pose, you can have Baddha arms, where you can just reach the arms out in front. And now slowly come up. Get rid of your bolster and do kind of a quick, because I'm always running out of time, a quick self-supported Supta Baddha Konasana. So it looks something like this. You're bringing the feet up. You bring the buttocks closer to the heels. You lie down, sacrum forward. And now I'm reaching underneath my feet, underneath my trunk. Self-supported Supta Baddha Konasana, like that. So I'm tucking my shoulders one by one. Sacrum flat. Keep holding on to your tops of your ankles there underneath your buttocks. Slightly tuck your arms underneath your trunk. Keep the back of your neck long so that your forehead is closer to the ceiling than your chin. Release your arms and slowly roll to the side and come up. So I thought we could do chair sarvangasana today. If you normally practice regular sarvangasana, the chair is lovely with a bolster. So chair somewhat close to the wall. I'm going to go ahead and pad the chair with that same three-folded bolster, blanket there on the edge. And then I'm going to use my widest bolster. Underneath the chair. Like that. Okay, so you want to watch first and see how it goes. So I sit on the chair, I reach and absolutely, this is my security blanket. I'm clamping my shins over the chair bar. I lift up, I roll the shoulders back, and I carefully go over until I have found the bolster, and it is, I gotta take my ponytail out, it is curved, the edge of the bolster, my neck is curved over that. My shoulders tuck under, and I can do several variations with my arms, but this is the most comfortable. Then I take the legs out and I just reach the legs on the wall. So it's a little bit like Viparita Karani. You get that nice still Jalandhara Bandha. Support for the legs. If you want to do it this way, that's okay too, where you reach your hands through, hold the back legs of the chair. Heels on the chair. Lift the buttocks up and go up from there. You can do this. Bring the chair in closer and go up. I like to do, kind of both variations. I'm going to come down and have a look, but I'll tell you how to come out of this carefully when it's ready. So bring the hips forward. So go hips forward. Hips forward and thighs slightly back. Use your hands to get your hands, really closer to your shoulder blades. So your hands can help you lift your back ribs up. Nice. If you're working at the wall and you want to work on maximum extension of the legs, just have your heels on the wall, inner and outer heels even on the wall. That'll keep the backs of the legs long. Looks good. And any of these chair variations, the legs should still stretch up, reach up. If you get tired, you can put your feet in Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet on the chair back. If you're doing variations, straight legs, Soko. Straighten that knee. Can you stay long enough in the pose to become quiet? For the brain to settle towards the back of the brain, back of the skull. When you're in good alignment, I don't care what kind of Sarangasana you're in, but if you have good alignment, you find that the brain becomes quieter and you settle into the pose. All right, to come down, take your hands from underneath the chair, just hold the top seat of the chair somewhat down. Bring your feet lower to the chair bar than to the chair seat. And then you push yourself away and slowly let the hips come onto your bolster. Keep the calves on the chair. Rest there for a few breaths. So bring your hips toward your face. The crease of your hips, bring them toward your face. Walk out, walk out. Yeah. Be on just your toe tips. Be on just your toe tips to make the backs of the knees spread. Backs of the thighs spread. This is just for Soko. She's doing halasana. And then you might as well do Karnapidasana. Bend the knees, put the knees close to your ears. Baddha Hasta arms, feet flat. You can flatten the tops of your feet. Nice. Okay, and the rest of you slide away from your bolster and just lay flat for Shavasana. Slide away from your bolster, lay flat. Whatever creature comforts you like. If you were comfortable there with the calves on the chair, that's great. You can do that. Calves on the chair, that's really good for the low back. Neck support, helpful also. Keep the back of your neck long. See that your face tilts slightly towards your body, the forehead closer to the ceiling than your chin. Turn the whole of the arms out so that your thumb, index finger come more completely to the floor. And then let go of the arms. Wherever they fall, that's where they fall. Release all the muscles in your face, your throat, your eyes. And now relax your breath. Be interested in your breath. So today was, a little bit more of a quiet class. You have to go. Bye-bye. A quiet class, but I want you to just bring your attention to your breath. So you know how it feels. Is it cool on the inhalation, warmer on the exhalation? Is it slow? Is it fast? Is it rough? Is it smooth? Notice that. And then I know I mentioned the eyes once, but I'm going to mention them again, relaxing your eyes, softening that skin around your eyes. So the brain becomes quieter, more quiet. So the brain can receive some information about your breath. There's looking for things. And then there's being receptive to things. Receive what the breath might be sending you. Concentration, dharana. Focusing narrows the energy of the mind. Becoming receptive expands the quality of the awareness. Both are important and both are necessary in the practice of yoga. Relax your tongue from the tip to its root so that your throat becomes more quiet. Make space there. Relax deep inside your ears. It is possible that even your eardrums can become quiet. The more the senses quiet, they become almost non-existent, creating a sense of that quiet space inside of you. In relaxation, if you get to that deep place, the shape of your face has no boundaries. The quality of your consciousness expands and opens out beyond that. Be there and experience this quietness. Everything is as it should be. There is nothing to do, just be. Surrender unto yourself. In yoga, that's a capital S, and that's referring to your soul. The truest, innermost part of yourself. Very, very gently, slowly, carefully. Fold your limbs in and turn to your side. After a breath or two there, lift yourself up carefully, mindfully, and come to a comfortable seated position. Hold your hands. Observe your breath Observe the state of your mind, the quality of that observation. Gratitude, humility, and devotion. Bow your heads down.